Okay, let's talk toilet paper tablets. You might just be laughing right now, but there are actually some real applications for this that have real implications that you need to know about. We're going to talk about that later in this video. But imagine this. Imagine having some sort of compact, easy to store solution that potentially replaces those bulky toilet paper rolls. That's a problem for survivalists and preppers, right? That space is at a premium. We can't keep toilet paper for a long time, and especially if we've got to be on the go in a sort of a bug out situation, you need an answer. And so that's where this idea of the toilet paper tablet comes in. And so in this episode, we're going to look at what they are, how they work. You're going to understand, hey, what is that toilet paper tablet and what happens when it touches the water? Boom, there it goes. We're going to talk about that here coming up. All right, so while traditional toilet paper has been a staple in our bathrooms for decades, it does come with its share of limitations. First off, it's bulky, it takes up a lot of space, it can be a hassle, especially when you're trying to stock up or store up for emergencies. Secondly, it has a relatively short shelf life, making it less ideal for long-term storage. That's a concern for us in the prepping and survivalist community. And so that's where it's time to come in and begin to enter into this idea of the toilet paper tablet. That's what we're talking about in this video. Let's just look at how these things work and then begin to talk about them a little more in depth. So, as those things hit the water, they expand. You can see how that went from just a tiny little tablet, compact, with all of this material that you see in there within that little tablet. Now it's expanded out and it's ready for use. And so, it actually does surprise you at how large that piece of cloth is that expands out, and it actually is fairly soft, fairly easy to use, fairly straightforward for what it actually is. But as we begin to talk about this, what are some of the specific applications from the prepper's perspective? Because you could be saying, well, that's just kind of a novelty, that's just kind of a random little thing. Let's talk about this. So it's not just about preparedness. Toilet paper tablets, they also offer significant environmental benefits. They eliminate the need for traditional toilet paper, and they reduce waste, they conserve resources. So if you have any sort of sense of our carbon footprint, there's that value as well. But as a prepper, one of the realities is that we need to think about having compact, versatile items in our emergency preparedness kits. So toilet paper tablets, they could be a game changer in regard to that. So again, as you're trying to think about how do we make sure to be prepared for any situation? And so there could potentially be a grid down situation, power outages, or even natural disasters. Or, hey, even if you just begin to bug out or head out on that regular camping trip, in all of these different situations, toilet paper tablets, they can prove to be invaluable because, again, they're compact, so they're going to be a space saver. They're going to meet the need of the situation, and then they store in a much more long-term way than other situations. So don't take our word for it, though. On this channel, we always are digging into the community wisdom of online forums, especially, for example, Reddit. And so we looked into the Reddit threads like we always do. And so as you look into the Reddit threads, there's best toilet paper tablets, and getting some wilderness backpacking wisdom on that, and on down it goes. And so as we did that, we aggregated, and this is what we do on the channel, aggregated out what were the common reservations or critiques of the idea of toilet paper tablets. Should you get these things? What is the prepping community? What's their opinion on this? Let's look at that. So here we are, critiques of toilet paper tablets. Practical considerations. So they're like, is this even practical? Does this even work as a practical answer to the need for toilet paper? And the reality is it might not. We'll look at some of the answers here in a second, but is it just a novelty is what some people have said, a niche use or just a novelty. Critiques are, is it actually going to be environmentally helpful like it says it is? And then, of course, effectiveness. So effectiveness and convenience are going to be one of the major like reservations or questions that preppers are going to have, rightly so, right? So let's look at some of the responses to those critiques that came out of the thread. So one of the major responses was the practicality for the outdoor activity context. And then especially in comparison with alternatives. So I think that's the most helpful way to think about this little object that is the toilet paper tablet, is that it is going to help in especially those survival situations. It may have a niche use, but there are times where you're not going to have as much space. You need to be compact, and you're not really trying to solve all of your toilet paper needs for the next, I don't know, 6 months, a year, 2 years. You're trying to solve it for the issue right at hand. And that's where I think it can have great application as you have it in a go bag, as you're out in your everyday carry situation, or if you have to bug out and step out, or if you've got that example of grid down situation, you ran out of toilet paper. This can have that niche use where you have it in case you need it. Mostly maybe you're not getting it out, but it is there. So there you have it. Toilet paper tablets, they might seem strange. They might seem weird at first, but they offer a range of benefits that could indeed be a game changer in the world of preparedness and sustainability. So before you dismiss them entirely, consider giving them a chance. Who knows? They might surprise you. You might have that one time where you need them and you're able to grab them, drop them in the water, and they're ready for use. So if you found this topic intriguing, hit the like button on this video for more content like this. Leave us a comment if you've used the tablets. If you have any opinion or your suggestion on how to go about that, please leave that in the comments below. Or if you'd like to talk more about a subject like this, we'd love to hear what that is, and we'll dig into that on our channel here. So until next time, see you guys.